What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol APOP for Cellect Biotechnologies. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. Now, I encourage you, go back and check the work of the last time we covered this ticker. It was highly likely that we were going to see something similar to these situations, a buy the rumor, sell the news type deal. Same thing here, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news type deal, and that's exactly what we got on Friday's session. Buy the rumor, sell the news type deal, and we had a framework to trade that, right? We essentially outlined that for you guys, but as you know, you weren't actually going to short this thing. It was just kind of an avoid, don't jump in long at the actual open. Let's clean up these levels and talk about what we can do here into the upcoming future. How are you going to trade this if you decide to trade it going forward? Well, the first thing is that let's first take a look at the strength of the sellers throughout the day on Friday, right? So if we go from the high to the low of the first push down, you can certainly see that the 38.2 was respected on this move higher. So that to me strikes me as weakness for the buyers and strength for the sellers. From there, we obviously got the move lower. So let's clean that up. Go from the high this time all the way down to the low. And now the 38.2 isn't even a question, right? That's way up there at 727. And we never even got over 7 or even close to it into the end of the day on this small bounce. So for me, if you're someone who's interested in potentially trading this to the long side, you need to sit and wait. And, they call that sit on hands, right? So sit on hands now until we potentially get a couple of scenarios. The first one would be a gap fill, right? That would be a hammer candle that prints down here in indecision doji, basically something that would signal to you, is this pullback ending? Can we flip long over the highs and get back into some of the structure, which we'll point out in just a moment? As I'm sure you can guess, it's just here and here, right, as upside levels. But that would be the only thing that I could see as a potential trade idea, to confirm some sort of bottom. This is not something I would just hop in blindly long, expecting a massive run up after what happened on Friday. So let's just quickly put those levels in with our price tool. So here is, of course, 790, and the first major area of contention would be slightly underneath at $7.33. So again, maybe if we start printing reversals off of the gap fill, fine. The only other scenario I could potentially see you getting involved in would be if we come in on the daily time frame chart, drawing a support trend line that would look like this. If we pull all the way back down into the support trend line, then maybe. And the reason we say that is obviously we made a higher high here. So technically, if we're going to see trend continuation, this should provide support. We should see a higher low. It's also very closely in line with the 50 SMA, the blue line on these charts. So that would be the next area to be on the lookout for. Hammer candles, indecision dojis, basically anything that would make you question, is the pullback ending? Stop loss goes under the lows, and you look for the breakout up and over the highs to get back into some of the targets which we've outlined in today's video. But also, let me just point out that we have this area here, which would be, probably the first target, right? And maybe this coincides as super support. I'm not entirely sure the time frame of when or how this will unfold, but you have 450 as a support coming from prior resistance as well. So those are my thoughts here on APOP. If you're not already long, I would probably just sit, wait, and find some more structure to build out, wait for the setup to present itself, and then act on that scenario. If you are long, if you've been long for some time now, just trail your stop up higher. As you know, you don't want to give back too much of the move because there's nothing stopping this from doing something like that. No one really knows what's going to happen. These are just the scenarios that I see as likely and potential trade ideas, right? It doesn't mean it has to happen that way, but that would be, how I would get involved or how I would choose to get involved in a risk-friendly manner. So if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.